eBay algorithm. From the moment you create the account to receive the money inside your bank account, everything in the middle. In this video, I'm going to explain everything that you need to know about eBay algorithm as a new seller and even as a established seller as well, because you can literally double your sale with these tips. So before any delay, let's get started. So the first thing, hold your horses. Before we even create an account, the first thing that we need to keep in mind, a lot of people already have an existing account and they might be just using it to buy the stuff from eBay, but it doesn't matter. If you already have an old account and you're just using to buy the stuff from eBay, use the same account, because a lot of people don't know eBay buying and selling account is same. It's not like Amazon, like your selling account is different and your buying account is different. The reason I suggest that you use the old account, because what I call you already in the eBay good books. You buy the stuff, you don't open a lot of dispute, your account is already in a good health. You have the trust which is already gained from eBay. If you start a new account, it will have to be everything from the beginning. So you're gonna have to be in the good books first of all, and then you're gonna have to start listing. So if you're somebody who already have an old account, it's a good practice that you use that same account for selling on eBay. If you can upgrade into a business account, that's perfectly fine. Use the private account unless the eBay asks you to upgrade. So you don't need to just start immediately listing. You need to make sure, if I already have an account, I'm gonna use that. But in case if you have to create a new account, you never had an account on eBay, create a business account and don't start listing straight away, because the first thing, as I mentioned, you need to be in a good books of eBay. So I recommend to everyone for 21 days at least, 3 weeks, do some shopping from eBay. And what's gonna happen, because a lot of time once we buy something from eBay, we get the feedback even as a buyer as well. So what will happen, your username on eBay, it will not have a 0 in front of it. So what do I mean by that? I'm going to show you one example right here. So this is one account on eBay. You can see that right here, this is their username, and then in front of that it shows the number. It normally means how much feedback they have on their account. So once you create a brand new account, it will say 0 right here, and it wouldn't have this percentage at the bottom as well. So you need to get, even the hack right here is to the way you can hack the algorithm. Once you even get the feedback as a buyer, it will show that number right here, because this feedback is normally combined as a seller and also as a buyer as well. So let's say you got one positive feedback, it will say 100% positive feedback as well. So this normally looks good on eBay as well. Like buyer ones, they look, you have 100% positive feedback, and also that you for at least 3 weeks you're not opening any dispute, eBay is not having an issue with the payment, all that kind of stuff as well. Your account get in a better health. Wait 21 days. That's the tip number 1. Second thing, there is a well-known myth among many new sellers that in order for you to actually, hack the algorithm, you have to keep on listing on a regular basis, and that's not, it's simply false. It's not true. What happened, a lot of people, especially it is very common with the drop shippers, they create an account and they're gonna list 5, 10, 15, 20 items every single day. So what happened, and I'm gonna show you something with the example right here as well. So for example, this is one of the seller right here. They have 241 listings on their account and only 24 of them are getting some sort of sale. Yes, they are getting a very decent amount of sale, because you can see like in past 30 days, this is their sale, 24,898. They are drop shipping. But if you see right here, their sell-through rate is only 19.50%. The reason for that, because they have a lot of dead listings on their store. So what normally happen, and I will show you another example and I will tell you what will be the best practice for algorithm. Look at this seller right here. Their sell-through rate is 131.67, and that obviously reflects in the terms of sale as well. So if this seller right here, if they will improve their sell-through rate, they can literally double their sale. A lot of eBay sellers and a lot of brands, they reach out to me, like established brand, and they say, okay, well, we're not getting a lot of sales on eBay, and once I see their listing, they have a lot of dead listings. So what we need to keep in mind, once the buyer will search something on eBay, normally the products will come on the first page, and that will be the page where the buyer will be buying most of the time. Buyer don't bother to go on a second page or third page. but eBay have a very limited space on the first page. So the only sellers they're gonna recommend on the first page, the one who have a higher sell-through rate. It makes perfect sense because keep in mind, eBay is not making money from buyers. eBay is making money from sellers. So if the buyer will buy something, they want the buyer to actually stay on the first page. Don't leave the platform, because if they will leave the eBay platform, they get bored from the first page. They might go to Amazon, they might go to Etsy. So what the eBay want to do, they only want to promote the seller with a higher sell-through rate. If they have a higher sell-through rate in the past, any new item that they're gonna list, it's gonna feature on the first page because they already proven that they have established their authority. So they already have a really good selling rate. And that you might think, okay, well, Zan, what about new sellers then? Like they don't have any data whatsoever. They don't have any, what you call it, like new listings whatsoever. So what eBay do sometime, and it's happened a lot of time, and you might notice this on your account, and a lot of people who are not newbie, they will like sort of verify the statements in a comment as well. Once you get the sale, there are numbers of sales happen at the same time. So you get one sale and probably 5 minutes after that you get another sale. What eBay does sometime, and this is a really good for new sellers, they actually switch off their algorithm. So the new seller will get the priority and established sellers will not get the priority. This is the time when eBay is actually testing the waters and they are looking, is there any new listing on a platform? Is there any new seller on the platform which will be worth featuring on the first product page right here? If they will start getting a sales, it means that item is really good, your sale through rate will go up, which means all of your item will gonna get promoted. So if you are drop shipping and if you're a new seller on eBay, but I suggest to go through the test and trial phase. It takes time, but it is completely worth doing. So you only list 2 to 3 items, maximum 5 if you're drop shipping. Wait for at least 21 days, see which items are getting sales, which item are getting views. If you're drop shipping, you got nothing to lose anyway. So the dead listing, which are not getting a lot of views, not getting any sales, before you list a new item, you need to remove the past item because it's gonna impact your sell-through rate. Normally, in my probably entire life period, I have seen minimum 1000 stores, and I've done a lot of data comparison with using Zeek Analytics. You can see the sell-through rate right here, and I'm gonna put the link for Zeek Analytics inside the description. But this is a really good tool. Normally, you can compare the sell-through rate on your store, average selling price, all that kind of stuff as well. So this is something to keep in mind. Your sell-through rate is very important. So the third thing, and if you're somebody who's thinking, okay, I don't know, Zen, what language you are talking, I'm not understanding everything, you know, everything is going just literally on the top of my head, I got no idea what you are talking about. You gotta pay attention to these two things because they matter 90% in order for you to hack the eBay algorithm and get a lot of sale. Number one is going to be your titles, because this is the way the buyer will actually find the listing on the platform. The number two is going to be your pictures, because this is the way the buyer will actually decide if they want to click on the item, they want to actually view your listing. So that have a huge impact. And normally the listing with the higher click-through rate get a lot of sales as well, and the listing, the one gonna get found on the first page, have a very strong titles. Like we are talking about search engine optimization on the back end. So the first thing you need to do, you need to really pay close attention to your title. The way I do it, normally you go inside Zeek Analytics, and I have done another video, I'm gonna put the link for them inside the description as well. I went into more detail how you need to create a listing and how you need to create the title, and I will put that video inside the description if you're interested in watching in the detail of the, like, from the title all the way and to making a complete listing. But in this one, I'm going to show you one thing right here. So inside the Zeek Analytics, there is a tool called Title Builder. So once you search something right here, and this is very different from many other tools which are available. So for example, I will type iPhone cable right here, and I'm going to type iPhone cable right here. Well, so once I search it, the reason it is different from other tools as well, because it's not just comparing the number of search volume, it is also keeping in mind the sales volume as well, because at the end of the day, Zeek Analytics is an eBay product research tool, so they know like how many sales a particular product is getting, and at the same time they look at the keywords as well. So normally the keywords which have a really higher volume, lower lower competition and got a decent sale as well, those are the keywords you want to use inside your title. So it's no very simple. All you have to do is just simply click on let's say I'm gonna do iPhone cable or Apple iPhone, and then I can use sync USB, long charging, fastly. If I do like this, these are all the word. I can now just simply copy this one to my clipboard and I can paste that title inside the eBay. Not just this title is only based on search volume. I'm gonna insist that point again. It is also based on the sales as well. So this is something which will bring the traffic onto your store. This is the first point. The second one, your picture have to be decent enough in order for the buyer to actually click on your listing. So the first thing that you want to do, minimum, if you don't have a 6 pictures, forget listing. And I mentioned in the details that if you're somebody who is drop shipping, you can create the variation of one listing. Like you can create the variation of one product picture. So if you only got one picture, for example, you can make multiple pictures out of it. Like you can use Canva for that. I went into a detail in the other video, which I'm going to link down inside the description as well. Make sure that you are listening to this one, because if you don't have a 6 pictures, your first 4 pictures has to be all different angles from the product which you are selling. So for example, if this is a product, I'm going to take good 4 pictures of this one. I'm going to show this side. I'm going to show this side right here. I'm going to show inside the wallet. I'm going to show like a pockets where you can put your cards, all that kind of stuff as well. So you need to make sure you are covering all the angles. Then you need to show the real life use case of this particular wallet or any product that you're trying to sell. So for example, I might add some money inside right here, then take a picture. I might like, I will add some cards. So maybe if I add some cards right there, I will like leave them a little bit outside and take a picture. And then might be a picture, me putting the wallet inside my pocket, because the buyer like to really feel how they're going to be using that product as well. So this is super important. 6 pictures, 4 pictures of the product and 2 pictures of the product being used in a real life scenario. If you get these 2, like title and picture, I will see why don't you get the sales. And this is a big hack. A lot of people don't know that. The last thing that you need to keep in mind is your feedback, because this is super important. I can't tell you how much eBay actually see how many people are leaving some sort of feedback after they are buying something from you. So this normally does a huge trick inside your eBay algorithm, so you get more sale, all that kind of stuff as well. Normally, I'm going to talk about my percentage most of the time. I have seen if I sell 100 items, only 10% of the buyers will actually come back and give me some sort of feedback. Normally, if they have something bad to say, they will probably instantly come back. But even they have a positive feedback, like only 10% of the people will leave a feedback. And I think if they are upset with the item, I think 100% of those people will come back and leave a feedback. It's very normal. So the point which I'm trying to make, like the buyer who have a positive experience, you need to sort of push them. You need to encourage them to leave you a feedback. So what I normally do, I go through my sales history once a month, and I see, you can normally see inside your seller dashboard if the buyer have left you feedback or they haven't left you feedback. So I send them a message. It's very simple. I'm going to share the template. It will be inside the description. You can just simply copy from there. But it's normally just says that, thank you so much for buying the item from me. I hope you like, blah, blah, blah. Please take a moment to leave me some sort of feedback. Like you don't want to say positive feedback because that will be against eBay terms and condition. You just want to encourage them to leave you some sort of feedback. You don't want to use the word positive. So you have to see your percentage have to really go up. But once your percentage will go up, your sales will also go up as well. Okay, so there is one video which I recommended twice in this one. First, the title one and the picture one. I put together this complete video where I show you step by step how to create a proper listing on eBay, keeping the eBay search engine optimization in mind. So make sure you check this out.